Today is Adrian's last day.
Adrian's been here since January.
Adrian has inspired me.
It's 1:10 and I got up until 2 o'clock to get what usually would take 4 hours. No, I'd say more like 45 minutes to the 20.
Yeah?
The usual. Sweet. Setting them up, knocking them down. Hi, I'm making a flicker box so you can do muzzle flash lighting in real life. High powered light with a momentary on off button and just tap it every time you want to flash. And it flashes. And in the future, it'd be cool to hook it up to some sort of sound sensitive trigger, like maybe with an Arduino or something like that, and have it so anytime you pull the trigger on a gas pistol, the loud bang in the gas pistol makes the light flash. For now, we're starting simple. We've got a high-powered light, LED light, the kind that would sit on the top of like a Jeep, V-lock battery plate, so we have a lot of V-lock batteries. I got a momentary on-off switch. Those three things together will make my light work.
Don't know what you're making, but I'm really excited.
No, this is road rash. I fell off my one wheel at 15 miles an hour. I had all my pads, my elbow pads on. Pads work, wear them.
This is distressing. It's given a dust and dirt look to it. It also helps bring down some of the green that got on when I wasn't very careful. Same color that we used to prime, so it'll give that damage, it'll come out a little more. And then we paint. Yeah, that's good.
Here and then there. Imagine if you're looking at a character who's just completely clean, you'll assume that he's been through nothing.
Yeah.
Whereas if you look at a character who is completely covered in dirt, blood, and charred marks, and you would imagine that he's been through some shit.
People don't wear new clothes every day. This is their favorite shirt. It's their favorite. They're wearing it even if it's dirty.
Good job, Jared. This looks awesome. Alright, so I finished assembling the light. This is an LED light that would go on top of like a truck for off-roading. This is a V-lock battery plate. Mount a V-lock battery, like so take for example this Anton Bauer V-mount, and mount it right on the V-lock plate, and then you can run output from the power to whatever you want. I then wire those wires from the V-mount up to the light. The wire goes through this little momentary on-off switch. So this switch is always off until I push it down, and then it's on. If I let go, it goes back to off. And I just simply mounted the light to this little wooden plank, these bolts, and then screwed the V-lock plate onto this little wooden plank. It's very simple build. Battery, momentary on-off switch within the connection to the light, and the light. A light that can take the input range of the battery. So this should work. So let's try it out. Okay, battery's mounted. Moment of truth. It works. Very bright, as you know, so there's a hot spot in the middle. So this will actually shine outside with the sun. I can hold it on, or I can make it quick. All right, let's get all the lights in here. The reason I like having this button as opposed to a strobe is that if the light goes too fast, you get the rolling shutter artifact. So you can keep it on long enough for the entire frame to see it. So when you're doing your gunshot effects, muzzle flashes, we won't get like half of a frame getting the light. You'll get the whole frame. So Nico has an awesome invention. Now when we add muzzle flashes, it's gonna add a sense of realism. All right, aim your gun. 3, 2, 1. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang. Take cover, take cover, take cover. Good, awesome. Good timing. All right, we're gonna do the reverse real quick. Christian, that's you. Time for my special shot. Dispatch, do you copy?
Located the target and in pursuit. Copy. We got a group of knights en route. Wait 5 minutes. Negative. Should be dead in 5 minutes.
Right into your eye.
Michael Bay pushes his face into the monitor, so why don't you?
Over here, we have Matt, and I've rigged up our fabric LED light, which is basically just a soft box, but very flat, on a light stand, which we're using like a boom pole, and he's wearing the battery on his belt and holding it above. And it's been great because we basically have a really soft, sourcey light above the actor at all times. No heavy equipment, no sandbags, no worrying about shit falling over on people. All I gotta worry about is Matt and his slippery fingers. So Matt, you're gonna basically tuck yourself in here. You're gonna kind of follow him, and once he gets to about here, let him like stay still and let him leave the light. Okay. Basically, he's finishing his lineup.
Ready? And rehearsal action.
No, Navi. I did it.
Doing a great job. Nico, fantastic job with the line, by the way.
Thank you.
Safety.
Here's the deal. When you're lining up shots on the camera, you gotta pull focus. Autofocus sucks. So you gotta do it by hand. You either gotta have somebody with their hands on the camera, or you can get a really expensive rig, a little motor next to the lens that will pull focus for you. And that's hooked up to somebody who's operating a little wheel. You have more gear on your camera. It's another power draw from the battery. A huge hassle is the kind of thing you only see in the film industry. These lenses have focus motors built into them. That's super cool. That can save you a ton of time. On this Red, I can actually control focus with this little wheel, and that's really neat. But you know what'd be even cooler? Is to somehow be able to pull focus wirelessly to the camera without any gear, any bars, any motors, any kits, without making this camera heavier, without pulling more juice from the battery so it dies sooner. And I got a plan for that. Red cameras have Wi-Fi built into them, and there's an app out there called Full Control. And this app lets me control all the settings. There it is. There's all my camera settings. I can change my ISO, and I can change my f-stop. That's good. My shutter. The extra cool thing about this, I put this lens into autofocus mode. I can go here, and I can pull focus. I can pull focus to this helmet here, the helmet, to Iron Man, to the weird mannequin wearing the wig in the middle. Problem is, it would disconnect once in a while. I don't know if it's the lenses, or the app, or what. That's what I'm going to do an experiment on right now to find out. I'm just going to stress test this. I'm going to do it as long as I can until it stops working. This is all an elaborate setup for me to advertise Skillshare to you. I've sponsored numerous videos in the past. We are lucky enough to have them sponsor this one. Skillshare is an online learning community made up of thousands of high-quality videos from a bunch of different artists or businessmen, entrepreneurs, basically people trying to teach you what you need to know. I'm going to talk to you about fine art. We get a lot of questions like, hey, should I go to film school? The thing is, Sam and I studied fine art in college, and I found that to be actually one of the most useful degrees that you could have possibly gotten. Back when we started Corridor Digital, we were doing VFX for hire. People would hire us out, do little projects here and there. When we do visual effects for ourselves, we would apply all our knowledge from the fine art classes to visual effects. For example, one of the things they teach you is pay attention to where your eye moves. Your eye likes to move to bright objects in the room. Like that. Or to somebody's face, especially their eyes. What you're definitely not paying attention to is this black pole or that gray square. If you're paying attention to this, you're paying attention to me. Your eye might go there eventually, but not right away. So when you're doing visual effects on a shot and there's a bright explosion in the right corner and there's the ground that's black in the left corner, and you have a little error, a little mask or some problem, tracking error in that little black shadow in the lower left corner, we don't worry about it when we do visual effects to the Corridor channel, because you will never see it. You will always be looking at the bright explosion. But when you do visual effects for hire, they analyze that pixel by pixel. They go through, they find every single flaw, because they don't watch it like the audience does. They watch it because they spent money and they gotta get their dollars worth for every pixel. And it's infuriating. If you can apply the principles of fine art to your life, you can save yourself a lot of time and a lot of money. I want to talk about one of the lessons or one of the tutorials on Skillshare where they talk about composition in art. What it means to have value, shapes, contrast, lines, lighting, rule of thirds, balance, all that kind of stuff. And you know what? The class is for people who are painting, but it doesn't matter if you're painting or not. You can apply it to anything. You can literally apply it to your Word documents. You can apply it to your furniture layout in your house. That's how universal this stuff is. I have lost connection. Oh, no, I got it back. It's a little jumpy. It's definitely not very smooth.
Maybe it's software and hardware.
You're right. It's probably both. You know that texture applies to a lot of things too? That's how focus works. Soft focus is soft texture. Hard focus is a sharp texture. And it draws your eye from one to the other, creates contrast, which is visually pleasing, and helps you make a better frame. All these lessons can be yours by signing up for Skillshare. Premium membership will give you access, free access to all the classes from all these various experts and people that have made these lessons. How do you sign up for all these classes? skl.sh/corridorcrew2 gets you the first 2 months for free. skl.sh Skillshare/corridor crew. 2. I guess it's like Skillshare, but really abbreviated. Skillshare/corridor crew. 2. How much does it cost? An annual membership costs less than $10 a month. Besides, you get 2 months free to figure it out.
It's cheaper than YouTube Red.
Cheaper than Netflix.
Thanks, dog. Yeah, dude. An Urban Zelda on a hot roof here, guys. It's like 100 and something. Oh man, scrimp skip. Boy, I kill for less. But I love trim.
You're like that Jurassic Park dinosaur.
Dude, we out here trying to keep cool, get the shade on our bodies.
It's already 4 o'clock. We only have about 3 to 3.5 hours to film this whole scene. Today we're filming Urban Zelda Day 4, the final showdown. We're up on the roof and it's really sunny up here. We've got about 4 pages of dialogue to shoot and we've got about 3 hours to do it. So let's get after it. I'm a grip today.
That silk sail on sale, son?
I got it on sale.
Silk sail on sale? Son got a silk sail on sale, son?
When's the last time you had a silk sail on sale from a sale, son? Okay, with a sailor.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yo, I must say I got a sailing, son. I'm on a warship. Can't save me, son. Can't sail me, son. I got the sails up, son. With the sail of the clothes and the sail up and the silks and the... I got a silk up. Okay, that's it. That's all I got. He's only got an hour left. Never seen him quite have such the amount of focus that he has right now. He's like, usually he'll look at a shot, we'll get the frame up, and then he'll, right before he wants to roll, he'll look at it and make adjustments to the frame, like final adjustments to lighting and stuff. Today, our boy's burning right through shots. He's like, okay, you, this, that. And so far, I think he's doing a good job.
Scrimp skip. Ready for this? You ready for this? Alright, let's do it. When you find out hand soap at the restaurant is shrimp flavor. when you get shrimp appetizers. It's going, man. I'm just like, I'm like, yeah, well, not yet. We still have a good 2 hours. Yeah, an hour or 2, yeah. 9:30. 9:30. Chilling, man.
It's a cool hat you got there.
Thanks, Carmichael's.
It's like a Vietnamese scrimping hat.
Hey, what's up? Shrimp.
How much sunlight do we have left? I'd say we got about an hour of sun and we got about an hour of shooting.
So this week is actually going to be my last week for a while here at Corridor. You know, could come as bad news for those of you who enjoyed what I've been doing, or good for those of you not so happy with what I've been creating. I really enjoy working here. I'm sure you guys are probably thinking now, oh, what's the reason? Was he fired? Or did he quit? And it's nothing like that. Yeah, punch Jake in the nose. It's nothing like that. Everyone here, I loved working with everyone here. Everyone got along. It's more due to outside life circumstances that I don't necessarily want to get into. You know, I have the hopes to return sometime early 2019. That's currently my goal.
He has an ability to see it all the way through. That's a true filmmaker ability, and I respect that about him.
While there was certainly a little friction here and there, Adrian has inspired me.
Bumps and bruises, broke his collarbone. That was a heck of a story. I'll miss you, but we've also been shooting together for a couple of years, so I'm sure that's going to keep going on. Thanks for sticking around, Adrian. It's been a ton of fun. I look forward to more in the future at some point. If you haven't yet, go check out Urban Zelda. It's the last thing he's directed for the Corridor channel.
Never give up on your dreams, because if you really are truly passionate about something, that passion will be enough fuel to take you through your voyage. That even when you hit these roadblocks, you will be able to persevere. Personally, I've run into so many roadblocks on this filmmaking journey. If I wasn't as passionate and I didn't love this as much as I do, I would have given up a long time ago. So just keep with it, man. And for those who are not filmmakers, keep watching these videos, because what they do here is amazing. I don't really see it on too many other YouTube channels. That's why I wanted to work here. So make sure you subscribe. Hit that bell button so you know when, they're pumping out new videos, and I hope to see you sometime in 2019.